So I've had on my channel for a long time for wrist extension, or basically the ability to get the hand to here, for handstands, stuff like that. But now we want to kind of incorporate wrist flexion. What should you have? Ideally, you're going to have close to 90 degrees before your fingers start to curl at all. So that's really what we're working towards as far as what you want to be able to get to. Now, when we get into our setup, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, so if you guys need to build into it and just hold the passive stretch, maybe start with just some lighter pails, that's perfectly fine. For your pails contraction, it's going to be wrist extension. So before I even get in there, let's show you guys so that you can kind of understand that. So my wrist is going to be on the ground, and I'm going to be pushing into the ground by doing this motion. So that's for my pails. My rails is going to be the opposite, and I'm going to be trying to flex my wrist and pull myself deeper into the stretch. So for extension or pails, I should feel this tissue working right here on the top. And for the rails portion, I should feel this tissue shortening to pull me deeper into the range of motion. So the setup is just going to be the opposite of the wrist extension. So we're going to put that down right here. There should be no closing angle pinch or pain. The closing angle is here. So if you felt anything here, maybe weird stuff in the thumb, we don't want to go into that. You might need a banded distraction just to find a professional that can help you with some soft tissue work. So from here, if I want to make it easier, I can lean away from it. If I want to make it harder, then I'm going to come this way. The stretch should be felt on the opening angle, so somewhere around this area, I should feel the stretch. So I'm going to start off with 2 minutes, big deep breaths. Just sinking in, trying to get comfortable. A lot of people that are really short in this area on the top of the forearm are going to end up like this. Try your best to see if you can get to here. If you add the rotation of the shoulder and elbow and that adds to the stretch, that's great. And then from here, after I do my 2 minutes, I would just go into my pails, which again is going to be pushing into the ground. And then my rails would be trying to lift up and pull my fingers towards my elbow. It's okay if you're actually lifting your fingers as long as you feel that stretch increasing on the top side. But what we really want to think about doing is actually moving through the wrist. So instead of just curling your fingers for your rails, see if you can really shorten this tissue and think just like we showed you, pulling yourself deeper into the stretch. So my pails is 20 seconds, ramping up. Rails is going to be anywhere between 10 to 20. Take a couple of big deep breaths. It's going to be tough for a lot of people, so try to build into it. It's perfectly fine just to stay there passively for your first time and then slowly expand with some of that higher tension stuff. Give that a try and let us know how it goes.